What an intro.
What an intro.
Obviously, Joe Coffey not long back from an injury there, Billy. We saw him against Solar in a successful defence of the Laird of the Ring title.
Well, that's definitely. He's held this title, what, on and off about 3 years now?
Pretty much. He's lost it once in that time, it has to be said, but he won it back instantly.
Well, you know, it's a sign of a great champion to definitely, you know, rise back from such defeats. And he's still on the title. A nice ovation here from the crowd. I mean, the Laird of Wrestling title, I mean, that goes back quite a few years. There's quite a lineage there with that. I mean, we've obviously had the big names like Chris Renfrew, Damien O'Connor, all those type of guys that have held that championship. And Joe Coffey is a fighting champion.
Well, Joe Coffey won that title off Red Lightning in, I think it was 2010.
Oh,
and he has taken that ball and he has certainly ran with it, Billy.
Red socks on. Just saying.
And this was an open challenge, Billy.
Boo there.
Along with a plethora of balls around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the star attraction.
I had a plethora once. I got cream for it.
Haskins!
Making his debut with SWA 01 here. Star attraction, Mark Haskins.
Well, Mark Haskins is, it's like you say, it's a big name in UK wrestling, but a big name in international wrestling. I mean, he's wrestled in Japan, he's wrestled in America, as we know. And he's wanting to come back, use that fame, use that experience that he's gained, and channel that into what could be perhaps another title added to his very impressive resume. I don't know why I'm saying it in that way.
I felt it, Billy. I felt it.
That's my hand up the leg.
But if you look at Haskins now in a situation where he's put on maybe a couple of stone. I've never seen him look any bigger, Billy. He is ready to take on any comer.
Well,
I'll tell you what a challenge for Joe Coffey here.
Well, that certainly comes from wrestling that. I mean, we wrestle a very aggressive physical style here in the UK, but when you wrestle, particularly in America, I mean, those guys are much bigger over there. You need to. I mean, you're never going to reach maybe the size of, say, a Kevin Nash, who's absolutely huge, but you need to be able to take that impact, especially in Japan as well, with the wrestle physical style not like us. So you've got to be able to be the complete package, be able to adapt to any wrestling style to get ahead of this game. I don't need to tell you about that, obviously.
Well, I have to say, Billy, I think Joe Coffey is one of the few, maybe in the world, who could adapt to it. And if you look at, like, Joe Coffey may not be the tallest man in British wrestling.
No.
But I tell you what, he is definitely one of the most intimidating and one with the most potential to succeed.
Oh, well, I've named him the clotheslining Colossus because, like you say, despite with his stocky build, I don't think there's few men in professional wrestling today that can throw a clothesline the way that Joe Coffey can. I mean, I've seen him knock men out. It's very much in the... I mean, he throws a clothesline the way Stan the Lariat Hansen used to throw a clothesline. I mean, it's almost like a punch to the face.
Well, I have to say, Billy, I'm 100% with you. You see so many clotheslines in day-to-day wrestling. I'm not going to lie, maybe it's one of the most overused moves.
Yeah.
But Joe Coffey does a full twist into it, and he takes your head off with it.
Oh, yeah. Mark Haskins there, probably maybe giving up a little bit of size there to Joe Coffey. Maybe a little bit, very evenly matched, of course, in terms of
height and weight, yeah.
Height and weight, yeah, but maybe
maybe a stone there. Joe Coffey's got on him there.
Yeah.
But it's great to see Joe back in action, Billy. You know, he is probably one of the most consistent performers over the last few years. And I tell you what, when he went down with that Achilles injury, I think everybody was upset for him.
Oh, definitely. But it shows you that despite the fact, I mean, you look at Joe, you would think maybe a physical power arsenal is all that he would have, but he's such adaptable in terms of style. I'd pull the hair there from Mark Haskins, very much asserting in this match that he's maybe going to take that slightly more aggressive, I'll use the phrase rule-breaking edge there, but he's going to need everything he can in order to get something over Joe Coffey, who is the complete package almost in wrestling today. I mean, like I say, Joe is very comfortable with grappling, he's very comfortable with power moves. Hell, we've seen him take to the air a couple of times.
We've seen springboard crossbodies and everything, yeah, you're right, yeah.
And Mark Haskins really is going to have to use everything within his arsenal in order to take that title away from Joe Coffey.
The headlock. Just leaning across Joe, they're really just trying to keep a hold of him. It's excellent.
Honestly, that's like holding a rhino's head and trying to get it not to
Would you like to put a headlock on Joe Coffey?
I would never. I'll do anything Joe Coffey tells me to. The man terrifies me. Get out of the way of the chop there. He could, honestly, he could chop through you like a knife through hot butter.
Interesting dynamic there. I don't know if you noticed that Haskins took the rebound off the ropes and couldn't knock Joe down. That's twice.
Joe go for the clothesline there.
Back into the headlock. I think they're really trying to frustrate Joe Coffey here.
Oh, definitely, and that could be it. He's just waiting for perhaps a mistake, a little bit of frustration there that could open up an opportunity for Mark Haskins. Both these men, fantastic conditioning.
We talked about how even they are when it comes to weight and height, and this is just a good example that they really just can't get that advantage.
But in saying that, Joe is challenging him, trying to. Coffey call.
Oh!
I don't think that was a low blow. I think it was just.
Joe's not taking that, Billy.
Why would anyone on this earth want to make Joe Coffey angry?
Is Joe Coffey going to dive, Billy?
Is he? It's Coffey Airways! Hey! Oh, quite the aroma going round.
I would not like to be in the first row, Billy.
No, definitely not to see a man like that. A huge hunk of Scottish beef flying at you.
I think that's Joe Coffey just telling Mark Haskins, I've got you in the pocket, son. I can fly too.
No, the last person to say that much Scottish beef flying at their face was Abby Titmus, but we don't need to talk about that. You alright? We're good. Stay with me, DB.
I'm not going to that.
Oh, right
to that surgically repaired Achilles there, Billy.
Do you know, we know that Joe is still back as 100% as far as the doctors are concerned, but you'll know this. Do you ever truly heal from an injury like that?
Well, I think it's more of a mental problem more than anything.
Oh, really?
You know, I mean, when you get this situation, will it go again? You know, could I get hurt again? You know, will I ever? Oh my God!
Sorry, I didn't mean to. A knee there, right?
Right to the face.
It's almost like it's like knocked out. Almost like it's like knocked out Joe, and it is that high impact. Those high impact maneuvers that Mark Haskins is known for. Those educated legs, almost. Normally we use educated knee.
but the fact that he took out Joe Coffey's leg. Joe's focusing on that Achilles and boom, right to the face. I mean,
definitely.
This is an interesting contest.
But then again,
referee
waiting for his moments there. I mean, Mark Haskins, a young man, but very much a veteran in terms of experience. There are men that have wrestled 25 years that have not managed to do what Mark Haskins does in such a short space of time. Working on that leg, that's great experience. I mean, that's going to take away that vertical base. Will it affect Joe's ability to throw those high impact maneuvers? You know, obviously those chops, those clotheslines, those power bombs. Is it going to take away? It might. I mean, we saw earlier on in the contest when Joe took to the air, it's going to take away his ability to do that. Very smart here. He's obviously studied Joe Coffey very, very closely. And don't get me wrong, people are coming from all around the world to wrestle for the Laird of the Ring. It's a commentary championship. It's something you want at your CV, and it can open doors in UK wrestling and international wrestling. Joe has wrestled for 0-1 in Japan. Mark Haskins, I'm sure, would love to get over there and compete for that company. And if he had the Laird of the Ring, a beautiful drop kick
to the face,
right to the point. If Joe, no.
The thing is, Billy, Joe Coffey is a tough man to beat, and people, as you say, people are coming all over the world just to try and beat Joe Coffey.
Oh, definitely.
No, we're talking about the Laird of the Ring title there, but who's been holding that title?
Well, you know something, there's nothing more impressive to promoters, nothing that'll catch a promoter's attention around the world than the twinkle of a gold belt around someone's waist. And the Laird of the Ring is one of the most commented championships because some have called it the Wrestler's Championship. It's the one that you've got to be, like we say, that complete wrestler. You've got to adapt in terms of style. You've got to be able to. I mean, the SWA Heavyweight Championship, of course, we know that Mikey Whiplash, currently the holder of that. And we know that somewhere he's going to be watching this.
Well, I know for a fact that, especially what we saw happen in Motherwell, John the Bomb Graham pointed at Joe Coffey and said, "This man will take Mikey Whiplash's title."
Yep.
And I'll be honest, you know, obviously when the Bomb says something, you have to listen. But
beautiful!
Quick pin. But could Joe Coffey be the man to unseat Mikey Whiplash? I'll be honest, I think he could be.
He could very well be. At the moment, though, he's not looking good.
Mark take it to that knee now.
Honestly, it's very much a textbook job that he's doing, working on the legs. You see a kick to the knee, he's just affecting that. That could be Charlie Horsing the thigh, that could be affecting cartilage. But Joe Coffey, then again, just showing the resilience.
The forearm smashes there by Joe Coffey. Taken out again by Mark
Joe
Haskins.
looked like he was going off the ring to hit something high impact. Slightly, definitely not with the speed we've seen Joe have
referee's
before.
using the ropes here. Come on.
He does have a 5 count. Again, it's Mark Haskins using all that experience. The referee can't do much until that 5 count.
This is the worry now, Billy. Joe has had a lot of problems over the course of the last year with that Achilles. And all it can take is just one move, one twist, one turn, one use of the ropes, and that could be the end of Joe Coffey's career.
Well, it's one of those things when you're injured and you come back, you've got a bullseye on there, especially someone the calibre of Joe Coffey. Everyone, a win over Joe Coffey is a very impressive, part of your CV.
That's a feather in the cap, that is.
Oh, definitely, and he has a bullseye painted on that anytime he gets in that ring. But Joe knows that. We know how hard he trains. We know how hard that he has tried to work on his arsenal, that he is able to protect his leg as well. I mean, you're protecting any limb, obviously, when you get in a wrestling ring. But that's a bullseye on there. And Mark Haskins has obviously done his homework. Off the ropes. Oh, drop kick right to the knee.
That could be it, Billy. That could be us. Thomas Kerrin's just checking there on Joe Coffey.
Super bad checking on it. Good man.
This crowd are almost worried for Joe. I don't know if you can notice.
Yeah, no, it's. I think they're enjoying. Do you know something? I think they're enjoying the contest more than anything. They're wanting to see. They're almost hoping that Joe's going to be able to come back from this. But I think they're also enjoying this display of, like I say, textbook wrestling, how to work on an injury. But he forgot Joe is a two-legged man in a butt-kicking contest.
Uppercut chop, fantastic. Just wearing down Haskins there. Oh, maybe this could be the folly.
Joe, look there, a slight stumble. He's working on that leg. Big splash there.
Using all of his weight to his advantage there, Billy.
Yeah.
He knows he can't get the speed. He's using everything he can.
No.
2 count there by Joe Coffey.
And don't get me wrong, this will very much add to the legacy of Joe Coffey, a win over Mark Haskins, and what is already a very impressive series of wins he's had as a layer in the ring. Off the ropes, crossbody. Joe still showing the ill effects on that leg.
Stomach there. Oh! Oh my God! Overhead, belly to belly suplex, rebounded off the ropes.
Do you know something? Almost held him in almost a brain buster there with that. Brought him down right on the shoulders, right at the point of the neck. He had
Mark Haskins completely nullified there, Billy.
Yeah.
He had him upside down. Oh my God.
And he planted him right there. Finally, it looks like it's turning back to Joe
that
Coffey.
Momentum, Joe. Oh no.
He's still suffering ill effects. Joe is definitely the slower man now in this contest. We saw how evenly matched they were early on.
Where's he going with this?
I don't know if that was a good idea.
Oh! He literally just laid Joe across the top.
Hyper extended the leg there, pulling him off, and Joe came down right the back of his neck in a turnbuckle. Again with that knee right to the face. It looks like he's trying to knock Big Joe out, and that might be the only way.
And he's holding the injured leg for the pin, Billy. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, every time Joe kicks out, that's going to cause so much pain. And like I say, he's not just worked on that Achilles tendon injury. He's working on the knee. He's working on the thigh. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the hip as well. That entire side of Joe Coffey is going to be very, very uncomfortable.
Put a lot of pressure to the calf muscle there. I don't know if you... Oh my God.
Kick there right to the ribs. Oh, a big clothesline of his own. I thought that was it. That was a very long 2 count. But the referee was perfectly positioned there to see Joe. Do you know, that's it, just the intensity and the passion of Joe Coffey. It's almost like you're never going to get a submission out of this man. You're never going to get him to give up. But you might have to knock him out to the point where he either physically cannot continue in the match and the referee has to call a stop. You're going to have to knock him out. Even though with this injury, it looks like he's actually...
Figure 4 here.
Figure 4. And he's got it locked in deep. Joe is right in the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go.
This is a problem area. He is literally as far away from the rope as he can be. Come on, referees, using the ropes for the advantage.
And would Joe Coffey pass out with just pain?
Using the ropes again there. Come on, referee. Wiki.
The big bearded bruiser is right in the middle of the ring. He's trying to get... He's trying to get to the ropes. Mark Haskins again using the rope for an advantage there. Oh, he's finally caught him. Will be a 5 count. but he also has to break the hold.
Bit of inexperience on Thomas Kerrin's part there. I'm a bit annoyed about that myself, Billy.
Well, you know something, you say inexperience, but it's also the experience of Mark Haskins. He knew exactly where to place Joe Coffey, that the referee would have to be looking for.
Caught the knee this time. Oh, he's going for the Boston himself, is he? We saw him put away Solar with this.
Does it look like, is he going to get him over in the...
Does he have the strength in that leg, Billy?
The Boston Crab, oh no! And this is it, 2! No.
He's caught the legs again, back into the Boston.
Back in the Boston Crab.
Fantastic.
I like to call this the coffee grinder. Come on!
Coffee grinder, I like it.
He's just grinding Mark Coffey's spine and pelvis to dust. Drink it in, Mr. Coffey. Drink it in. Oh no. 2. Mark Haskins, we hear him desperately screaming out. He was in a lot of pain there.
Oh, taking out the referee there, maybe a bit too
Kent.
close for comfort.
Oh, a kick there, right? No, Joe caught it. And it's that close, he didn't get all of
man.
it.
Oh, he caught him that time.
1, 2. Oh no!
I thought that was it. Joe
I
caught
thought
the-
that
caught
was
the
it.
line
I
right
think
there.
the referee needs to look at his rhythm when he's counting here. These are very close. But Joe's looking to finish him off, and
There it is.
I call that the death wish. And there it is!
That was a close contest, Billy. I'd so